Ayo, what's up everyone? It is Forgotten, also known as Madara on Krunker, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can get any skin you would like in Krunker.io. This can be very limited sometimes, and it only works with the resource swapper. We are doing this the legitimate way and the closest way you can get to it. As you can see, I have a couple skins, and this also really only works with certain skins as well. So if you wanted Runic, as you can see right here, or whatever it's called, you would need the toy planes or something similar. If you wanted Egg Tamer, you need Observer or something similar. This also works with knives. As you can see, I have the antidote, and we can also go and switch it over, let's say, to the Eternal Frost, as you can see down here. It'll even show in game, and you can see all the stuff. It looks just about as right as anything else, but pretty much it's straightforward, and I'm going to show you how to do it for IDKR client. It works with any client that has a resource swapper or just your resource swapper in general. So let's go and take a look at this. So you're going to want to go to your documents and locate wherever IDKR is. This also works with Client++. You can see you can do the same thing with clients like this with the models and textures. The only issue with Client++ is you cannot do hats. Also, with these clients, you cannot do your guns. You cannot swap out your guns for anything else, unfortunately. So once you locate where IDKR is, you should have a swap folder. If not, you can create one. That's where your CSS is. And then you want to make a models and textures folder. Inside your models and textures folder, you might want to create the specified categories for like your body, hats, or melee. So you'll open your browser and you'll go to pretty much the Krunker viewer, and then you'll need inspect element and the network tab. But to get this stuff, you need to reload. So let's say I'd want to swap out my observer for Egg Tamer, as you've seen in game. You'd want to go to your season 3, and then you'd want to find the observer. Now this way, you can find the body name, because you'll need this in order to swap. You need to know the original name. And then we would have to look for Egg Tamer. So Egg Tamer was season 2, so you'd go back to that, and you click that. That way you can find the object, the Blender object model, and the texture. You would double click these to save them. I'm not going to save them, but just for example, you would save those, and then we would go into wherever. So the PNG files, that would go into your body, and then you throw it in here. Observer is body 60, so we rename that to body 60. Same thing goes for the models. So you go to the body, rename that to body 60. That'll give you your Egg Tamer. You can do the same thing with knives. Let's say you wanted to swap out your Star Wand. I chose Star Wand in specific because this is a very uncommon knife. As much as you may see someone using it, it's still somewhat uncommon. I've not seen many people in pubs using it. And it also has the animations necessary to swap with something like Eternal Frost, or if not that, the Frost Bite. So you'd want to go down to your melee, and you just want to search for Star Wand. It sits at the way bottom. You get that, and you'll see model 21, that is your Star Wand. Now take note that there's also an underscore because of the texture. So you want to keep this exact name, and then they have the E. The E is the animation part. Make sure you have that, and then we can go back to our melee and search for Eternal Frost. Eternal Frost has the exact same files you need, and it pulls up great in Krunker. It looks amazing from what I've played with. So you want to double click and get these textures ready. Then you want to go back to your resource swap folder, and you'd want to go to models and melee. So as you can see, it's melee 21. Down here, it would be melee 50. You double click the object, and then you would just toss it up in here. Star Wand's melee 21. You see it right there. So you would double click your melee 50 object, and you would save that, and then you would throw it in here and just rename it to melee 21. And then you would go to your textures, your melee folder, and you'd want to rename it the exact same way it is shown down here in the texture viewer. You can see I have melee 42 here. Melee 42 is originally the air horn. Not many people have bought it back when they had the limited shop back in Krunker, so I was able to replace melee 42 with Antidote XVI. And lastly, we can take a look at the hats. Okay, so let's say you want Rune Decipher. In order to get this, you need something like the toy planes or the original planes. But toy planes, we take a look at that. That is model or hat 260, as you can see right there. The issue with this, though, is with the Rune Decipher up in the hats. The Rune Decipher up in the hats, it has two textures. You don't want to get these mixed up just due to the fact that it can cause issues. We have a transparent one and one with a non-transparent background. If you use the non-transparent background, you're going to have black bars surrounding your texture around your head. So you want to make sure you save the transparent background and the object. So you take that, you double click the transparent one, and you would double click the object. Once you double click the object, you want to move it from your downloads into here, your hats, your swap models hats. It has to be the same file format as Krunker, but once you put it into there, you rename it to hat_260, and you would do the same with your textures in your hats. And you can see you would do 260_1. You'd use the transparent one, that way you won't have a black border surrounding the rune text itself. But just like that, you can load into Krunker freely, and you'll see that your items have been swapped successfully. My observer is Egg Tamer, my toy planes is the rune Decipher, and my star wand should be the Eternal Frost. And you see, it keeps its animations. Same thing with Egg Tamer and the rune Decipher if you use the right textures or models to swap them. And it just looks perfect in game, and as you see here, it's clean gameplay. Have pretty much any item you want, all with the trick of Krunker resource swapping. This is a totally legitimate way to get the items or cosmetics that you'd love to have and just play with. I don't think it goes against any TOS. I didn't see anything about resource swapping or anything like that, but as you can see there, your stuff is there, it looks dope, it looks clean, and you can go on to succeed and show off in battle with your new items. Anyways, you guys, that would be it for this Krunker video. I know it's been forever since I uploaded, but I hope this helped out a lot of people who have been wanting certain items in game that they've not been able to get. And if at any point in time in the future some of these clients include resource swapping for weapons, I'll make an update video just to show you guys how to swap out your weapons for anything else that you would like. Post note, one weapon that doesn't work with resource swapping would be the new Flame Lurker sword from Ranked. It will not work, the textures will be bugged out, but there is a mod on the Krunker game that gives you the Flame Lurker made by this YouTuber. I'll link him in the description. But regardless, I hope I helped someone out there in Krunker, and I just hope the rest of you had a great day. I hope you all had a great Christmas recently. I know we're getting into New Year's, so I just wish for the best for all of you viewing this video currently if you've made it to the end. Anyways, take care, peace, that's it for me, Madara, or Forgot It.